Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. So this video is going to be looking at 5 of my favorite knives that I have that are under 15 bucks. Or at least they were under $15 when I first picked them up. Some of them might have crept over that. One of them I can't even find anymore. And that's one of the things that kind of happens with these inexpensive knives that were like, almost throwaway knives. They come and go. If you did get them when they first came out, you may never see them again, and you may not even know they exist. And then sometimes you'll see them on eBay later and see them at an exorbitant price and wonder, is it really worth that amount of money? And it's even more comical if you already own it and you paid like $8 for it, and you're looking at it and go, wow, $30? I paid $8 for that thing. Any case, here's the knives, but well, they're actually 4 of them are, well, 3 of them are kind of hiding, but I just wanted to break this out first because I finally found one at, I think this was at, is this the Dollar Tree, the Dollar Car, or whatever it is. I just recently picked it up. Now it's $1.25. It used to be $1, so it's $1.25 or something like that. I don't know. I'm not even sure if I got the right one. And I'm afraid to take it out of the package because we know once it's out of the package, the value of this knife is just going to drop dramatically simply because I don't have the original packaging. But there you have it. I finally got one. Grand total of $1.25. I think I might have even had to pay taxes on it. So is this the right one? The Tool Bench Hardware. Look at that. Top quality knife. Anyway, let's go into the 5 favorites that I have in front of me here. One of them you guys have seen many a times because, well, it's the knife that Skip the Show swears by on Fun Knife Friday. This is one of the knives for Fun Knife Friday. This is my version of it. You can tell it's mine because I removed the pocket clip. It's got the wonderful cap lifter going on there and really fast action, and it's the Green Skull Stiletto. There's not much more I can really say about this. I've talked about it on a couple occasions myself. Skip has shown it many a times. You've got the serrations there, the nice fine edge up in front there. Really nice lock for the liner lock going on, and a really good snappy blade. It really works great. And well, the Green Skull Stiletto, it's one of my favorite knives, and definitely under 15 bucks. Still under 15 bucks. I think it's around $12 now, $13, and you can easily find them on eBay. When I bought it, I believe it was in the $8.99 or $9.99 category, so well under 15 bucks, even with the shipping, but I got a free shipping and all that other stuff. The Green Skull Stiletto. So there is a terrific knife using 440A stainless steel blades for under $15. Another knife you can quite often find for well under $15. Matter of fact, you can usually get 2 of them for $15. This is by Right Edge, and this is their large Spanish toothpick. That's usually what it is sold as the Spanish toothpick. They have several other ones that are also listed as a Spanish toothpick, but this is the one I like the most. You've got the factory file work going on in the back. You've got the wonderful stainless steel bolster up here with all the cuts and grooves and everything in there. It really looks nice. And you've got the wonderful powder horn down there that almost looks like a rattlesnake's tail. I will warn you about this blade right away. First of all, there is no nail nick on there. Good lockup. Sometimes you will find them with a loose blade, and they will develop blade wobble, especially if you let them slap closed. Matter of fact, if you let them slap closed, you will also end up getting some serious blade wrap going on, because this blade lays right in that channel, and it is definitely hitting the back spring when you close it. So definitely do not let this knife just drop shut from any distance. You'll make a nice loud snap, but you'll also develop blade wrap real quick on it. This wood has been described as everything from mahogany to redwood and everything else. All it is a really beautiful shade of pack of wood there going on, but it really looks nice. I really like these knives. I've got 2 of them. Might pick up another one. I have carried this one quite often too. My problem with it is I always want to just let it slam shut, and like I said, you don't want to have that happen. Wonderful saber grind going on. Just a really cool looking toothpick. Really got some great lines going on with the right edge Spanish toothpick. They make it in multiple sizes, so if you want one smaller, they have it all the way down to 3 inches, 4 inches, and then this is the 5-inch with the 4-inch blade, so 9 inches overall. In any case, that's another one of my favorite knives. As you notice, I only grabbed one Rough Rider for this video. I could have easily done a video of 5 Rough Riders under $15. Matter of fact, I could have done one of 5 favorite Rough Riders under $10. But in this video, I'm just going to grab one Rough Rider. And the one I grabbed is this one here, and I'm sure you've seen it numerous times. The tie-dye flipper. I just really like this one. This is the one in orange. They also make it in pink and blue, and what I really like about it is just how strong the action is on this knife, and it is fast. I tell you what, I have mentioned numerous times that Rough Rider needs to rethink this knife and come out with it in other finishes. They should go beyond just the tie-dye. Right now they have the pink tie-dye, the orange tie-dye, and the blue tie-dye. But I would love to see this in like all black. I'd also love to see this in a glow-in-the-dark cover. Could you imagine this all glow-in-the-dark? You could then whatever you want to do with the blade. I would just go with a nice satin finish on that blade, or maybe an all blacked out blade, and you know, this could be blacked out as well, blacked out liners, but then glow covers on here. Anyway, just a really nice knife. Yeah, the tie-dye is definitely not for everyone, but for me it's just a fun knife. It really is. That's why you've seen it on Fun Knife Friday a couple times and everything else. And you know, it brings out the little bit of hippy-dippy in me. What else can I say? Definitely something that really looks good with a Hawaiian shirt or something like that. So, and really good strong snap on there. Nice sharp blade. And you know, if that one doesn't appeal to you, and maybe you would be more interested in something like the Bullfrog. Also got a nice fast blade. Really interesting shape on that blade too. You've got a different type of cover going on. I believe this is G10. You see the green and black, and it's got the lines cutting through there. They also have a yellow and black version of this. You got the two-tone blade going on, which really looks pretty cool. And it is approximately the same size as your tie-dye. So both of them are really cool knives. I just lean towards the flipper on the tie-dye simply because, well, I like the blade shape on this a little bit better. And also, it was the one I got first. And also, it's about, well, this was $8. This is $12, so $4 cheaper. In any case, there is my other, well, that'll be the Rough Rider I'll be showing. Now, this next one, I don't know if I'd say it's one of my favorites, but it is one of my favorite oddities, and it's basically a little gut hook skinner, a little palm skinner, and you see it's branded for Field and Stream. It's made in China, and it's got a really interesting case here. The case is a hard plastic. On this side, you have a fire striker. a fire steel. On this side, you have a diamond impregnated sharpening steel. Got a strap here on the back so that you can hook this onto your belt if you want to. And then you've got the knife on the inside of this case. Now, I usually just put it in a pocket because of the size of it and the fact that it's nice and sturdy and everything, and it's kind of small. This is one of those things where if they would have made this possible for what do you call it, scout carry, that would have been a lot more functional, I think. This is one of those things that they could have made scout carry, and you could easily do it left or right-handed. Maybe that's what I'll do to this later. Now, I spent about I think this is one of the more expensive ones up here. I think I spent a grand total of like $12 on that. That would have been the shipping and everything when I got it. I haven't seen it since. Well, I have seen it once since, and it was up in the $25 range that somebody was asking for it, and it's like, I got it for a whole lot cheaper than that when it first came around. But I don't know if Field & Stream still makes these or not. It's just kind of a cool little thing. Okay, let me interrupt for just a second. Apparently, the Field & Stream was probably made by Master Cutlery, the company that owns Elk Ridge. And what we have here is the ER-127, which is basically the same knife as the Field & Stream. The only difference is now it's camouflaged, and what we see it is the Elk Ridge Infinity Field Skinner fixed knife 2-inch stainless steel blade with a bottle opener. This is the cheapest price I saw online, and that was through eBay. The seller is Survivor Hand, and as you can see, I have bought from them before, and they are a very reputable company. So if you are interested in this knife, that's where you would get it from. The ER-127 Elk Ridge Infinity Field Skinner. You see here the front, you got the lanyard hole there, you got a big thumb hole there. That's really just so you can pull it out of the sheath though. And you got this, what looks like the little mouth of a fish or something. Well, that's actually a very well-designed cap lifter. This will actually pop a beer bottle open with no problem whatsoever. So it isn't the size of the beer bottle that matters, or bottle opener that matters. It's the way it is cut and the way it is set up. And this one works really well. In any case, it's held down by a little Velcro strap. Now the knife can actually go into the scabbard either way. But this is the knife overall. Not a big knife at all. Overall, well, let's see here. What do we got? Under 6 inches, about 5.5 inches overall. You've got a blade. The sharp edge of the blade is right at 2 inches. Right at 2 inches. You got a little gut hook up there, which is great for cutting string or cutting a fishing line, or, well, what it's designed for. You can use it for a gut hook, so get it in there and slice open a belly of something. And then you've got this really nice blade. That has a good angle on it, so you can definitely cut down and sharpen. You got some jimping there if you want to hold it there. But you can see how it just drops into the palm like that, so you don't have a full handle on it of any kind. I'll tell you now, it is not the most comfortable thing to hold or anything, especially like so. But if you're scraping or anything like that, it works pretty well. And what you see there, 440 stainless china, and then on the other side over here, Field & Stream 1871 with a beautiful bald eagle on there. Any case, when I saw it, it's like, that's kind of cool looking, and I just had to go ahead and grab it. Again, not the most comfortable thing to use or anything, but as an oddity, I really did like it. And like I said, you can put it in the scabbard like so, or you can flip it over and put it in the other way. So definitely left or right hand carry, no problem at all. And just boom, like that. It's in there, nice and secure. And throw it in the pocket and you're ready to go. Okay, and finally, I've had this knife a long time, and I regret that I did not buy more than one of these. Now, I did swap out the pivot, the pivot had a different type of Indian head in there, and the Indian head was held on with basically double stick tape, so it was really easy to remove. But the knife also cost like $8, and that included the shipping. What I've done is I've replaced what was in both sides of it, which was an Indian head on both sides. I replaced it with a buffalo nickel. So you got the buffalo nickel Indian head on this side, and then the buffalo on the other side of the buffalo nickel. These were sold as feather knives, and you can still find them on eBay. I don't know if they're still under $7, $8 and such, but you can still find them, and they're relatively large. I mean, you see there with the extended tang, it comes in right at 5.5 inches. It's about 4 3/4 inches without the extended tang. The extended tang works pretty well getting it open one-handed. I'm left-handed, and it's got a very strong liner lock, and where the tang comes across, it makes it pretty difficult for me to close it one-handed, but getting it open one-handed is pretty cool. See there, stainless china. When I bought it, I believe they were saying these were made by Fury, but nowhere on here is it marked Fury, and I don't remember what the packaging had on it. The blade just closes. It stays shut pretty well, but you can see there's nothing holding the blade closed other than that. So if you're carrying it in a pocket, you might want, this is one that you definitely want to put into a pouch or some kind of a sleeve so that it doesn't accidentally open in your pocket, because it could easily do that in your pocket. But I don't know, it's just a fun knife. It looks pretty cool, both opened and closed. A blade length on it, well, you can see there overall you got 3.5 inches all the way to the pivot, but it's really a blade length that is only 2 3/4 inches, so it's not an overly large blade, and you could choke up as far as like that if you wanted to. You could really get up there on there, but it feels pretty comfortable holding it back like so. Could you do this? Yeah, I don't know, it's just a cool little, it looks great. I really like the way it looks. It feels comfortable in the hand. The handle is all a cast metal. I don't know if it's a stainless steel or what. It is held up quite well. Just looks kind of cool. Definitely something that appeals more to the 16 or 17-year-old in me than it would the 30-year-old out there. I know the 30-year-old out there is looking at that and go, man, talk about a cheesy piece of gimmicky knife. But for somebody who's like 16 years old or something, that's a fun knife. And even for somebody who still likes to feel like they're 16 years old, this is just a fun knife. I really enjoy having it. I open it up, I play with it a little bit. I carried this for a while even, and the blade worked well, so it was a fully functional knife, but it's also one of those just fun knives to have. And that's probably why it's one of my favorites. It's just fun. I like looking at it. I look at the design and everything, and it just kind of makes me happy. Same with this knife. Not the world's greatest knife in the world, but I look at it and it just makes me happy. That's really the case with all of these knives. It's one of those knives, is one of those things, if I'm feeling a little down or something and I just want to have a little fun, these are the knives to just go down, look at, flip open a little bit, play around with, and it's like $8 worth of fun. And it brings a smile to your face. So that's what these knives are. That's where it is. All together, you're looking at what, $35, $40 worth of knives. I can see why people would just look at them and just shrug them off and go, why waste my money on something like that? Well, for me, it's like, it's not a waste of money if it's bringing me happiness and it's bringing me joy. And that's what these knives do. they're just fun to have around and look at, and they cut. They will work, and and especially something like this. You break this out and you start peeling an apple with it, and people go, "Hey, what's that? Can I see that?" And I don't know how many people have said, "Hey, that's really cool," and it's like, "You want one?" And I bought one for them. I have bought at least 4 of these things and given them away, and I keep saying I really need to get another one for me so that I have a spare. But every time I get a spare of this, I go and give it to someone else. So there you have it. There's 5 favorite knives that were under $15. Matter of fact, it's really like 5 favorite knives that for the most part were under $10. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you again soon. Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with Tobias. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.